Testing, testing. Why not? I don't get it. If anybody's hearing me cuss and all this that I'm doing right now, I'm so sorry. Testing. Here we go. Testing. If anybody's hearing me cuss and all this that I'm doing right now, I'm so sorry. Y'all hear this? This is wild. Ooh. Turn your TVs down, please. My dog is copying what that is. I mean, please, dog. I hate that dog. Anybody want this bulldog I got? I promise you it's the best dog ever. You will not regret it. Take a deep breath, Dee. Put it down here. See? Lord help me, Jesus. Alright, so for anybody that just had to sit through that, I totally apologize if the volume is unbearable in the way I'm talking. Why is that doing this? Testing, testing. One more time. It's going to be worth the wait, and then I'll just edit this when I'm done and delete all this first part out of the video. And again, I apologize about the quality. I lost the little fuzzy thing that goes on the end of the microphone. Anywho, let's get to the video. So I can shut up and you can see the big feet on top of my uncle's trailer. Okay. Let's get to the video. Alright, here we go. That was my TV. I had to mute it, so hopefully that echo effect is going. But let's watch this. So I found this great little extension that allows you to watch videos. Like instead of just going to your files on your laptop and double clicking them and watching them in that little system, you can just drag them into the Chrome browser and they'll play. And then use this extension to do all kinds of adjust the speed, all kinds of different speeds, and also do this V380 effect, which allows you to zoom in like really far into videos as they play. So that's what's happening here. That's why it looks like this. And let's watch this. It's great. And just leave a comment if there's anything annoying sounds going on, or let me know, please, so I can try to address it. I don't want this to be unbearable because I really want you to see what is on top of this roof. Or tell me that I'm a little lost and I might need to go seek some more, some better help. Slower, slower. Okay. Go as slow as possible. I'm not muted, I don't believe. I hope I'm not screaming or hollering into the mic. I'm whispering into the mic, actually. Okay, so my uncle, when he came outside, he's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just filming this Bigfoot on top of your trailer." And I had to reach my arm up really high, and I couldn't see what I was actually filming. And I knew I saw something when I pulled up. He was like, "That's just red pine straw," which, of course, I know there's red pine straw there, the dead pine straw. But wouldn't that be such a great cover for also red Bigfoots or Dogman or whatever? Duh. And I knew I seen something looking like what I thought I saw. So let's see if I was crazy as usual, according to everybody else, or no, what's going on actually on top of this roof. Uh, Hey, you actually caught a live. I actually had a live. How about that? We both breaking records. Yeah, I've had so much going on. So You tell me, do you think this is just orange pine straw in that tree behind his house, or is there cryptids on his roof using it for cover? And it was with my cell phone, and it got greatest. I mean, I got a pretty expensive $2,000 phone. A flip, one of the flip sixes. Got an average camera on it. But, yeah, I think there's one here, of course, at least, and then this thing here laying down. I think every time I see these creatures, they're never just one individually. They like just ride around all over each other. They're all just like in a big wad usually, or either they're so demonic, possibly that they've got all kind of variations of their own self or whatever coming out. And it just looks like a kid on his back and some more here and there, just to confuse a person's eye and be like, just make them think, all right, this is pareidolia. No, it's not. Unless pareidolia means a bunch of cryptids in a pile. But yeah, I'm glad you're here with me. It's just us girls. Maybe one day when I'm able to do this more consistently, we could actually have an audience of more than one, but I don't mind. But that's not why I'm doing it. It only takes one person to verify whether or not I'm losing my mind again or what. I prefer to keep it small and less embarrassing in case they say, ma'am, no, it's not real, Dee. Then everybody doesn't have to know that I'm having a bad day. But yeah, I'm having all kind of audio issues, mic trouble. Lost a little fuzzy thing, so I'll probably sound like terrible if I do. But so this is when I first got out of my car. I'm making it go slow because I mean it's a footage review. This is what I like to do. I do this when I watch other people's videos too. I just put them all the way down to like 0.01 and watch and try and get the details because a lot of people watch the channel, right? They want to see a Bigfoot. And I personally, much rather see what is it that makes these things so hard for people to see normally. And what better way to figure it out than to watch it in slow motion, recognize what it is you're looking at, sit with it for a minute, and figure out, okay, this is what they're doing, or at least this is what it seems like they're doing. Like, a big thing that I've noticed, and people will argue me to death about it, about that they hide behind trees and peek around, which of course they do. They do that. But the most common thing I see is them hiding in front of trees, standing right dead in front of them. They just blended in with them so good that if you did see a hint of them, you would think it was just a light reflection or something. It's really weird. I don't know how they do it, but I do know they do it. Well, supernatural element for sure. It's not. They're not just that skilled of a physical creature. Let's see. And there's also something going on with the trees themselves. I don't care what anybody says, they are coming out of the trees. They are coming out of the trees. I have filmed it too many times. I don't show those videos a whole lot or point that out a lot because um, I haven't been ready to. I've been trying to understand it, make sure that I'm not wrong about what I'm seeing. But yeah, it's full on. I've seen it happen too many times. Even with thermal, I watch it with thermal all the time. They're sticking their heads and arms out of trees before they come all the way out. So, I don't need to understand or explain a thing for it to be true. All I need to do is record it. Okay, so let's let it speed up and get where I get over to the woods part. Because then I wanted to go see what was behind him, behind the house back here. Yeah, strange for real, for real, for real. Stranger than you would have ever imagined physical reality to be. And I wonder if this has always been the case, or if things are changing, or I'm just noticing as part of my growth as a human being and people who experienced this same kind of growth 500 years ago could see and experience all this back then too. You know, is this a new phenomenon or is it just new to me and others like me? You know, I wonder that. We can never know that, I guess, until we get to heaven and talk to these people about what their experience was. All right, so I'm fixing to try to go back because I thought I saw something. So how do I do this? I gotta remember the shortcuts. I'm not go out of this mode and just start being regular mode for a minute. That's what I'm sorry. I'm sitting the mic down. I'm fixing to go out of this whatever. How do I get out of here? I forgot how to get out. Escape. I forgot how to get out of here. Try to open. Escape to exit. What about? I don't know how. Oh no! I hope it don't make me escape from the video editor because I have two screens. I don't know what to do. All right, let me see something. Sometimes when I hit this hard, it'll make it stop. No, that didn't work. I'm just gonna escape for 1 second. Escape. Oh, it worked. Okay. I thought I was gonna mess it up. All right, a little bit bigger. And is that all done? I didn't mean to do that. Oops. And then let me see. I had to watch that. I don't know what's going on with the internet lately. I have not been able to get it to work. You can't help me figure it out. I haven't had time to call Starlink, but so we're just dealing with the Wi-Fi connection right now. It should be sufficient. But you don't have to deal with a lot of stuff, and maybe it's fine on my TV. So, um, yeah, I've heard that. I've heard a lot of people say that about the hair. I can't remember where the first time I heard it. Charles, I don't know if y'all know, uh, Outdoor University online. A lot of the people, we first met at that channel, and then I created this channel. So if you're not familiar, y'all should go check out his channel. But he says it does have a medulla. I think is it him that argues with us about it because he has seen it in his samples. He's very stubborn though. He is not one of the kind of people that thinks that it could be both. Like some of them do have it, some of them don't. He's like they do have it. He's very stern on that. Gotta love him. But so I have some Bigfoot hair. I believe. I'm willing to send it to some people and see what they think because I got wads of it. But I showed it in one of these little videos I made. Different wads and some paper envelopes. One of them's braided, partially entangled. Charles. I wish Charles would get back out there like him and Jack used to be, man. That was the funnest thing to watch them interact with those pictures over there on Old Man Wizards. I go back and I get time and watch those very early videos that are left. They were so fun. It's so amazing. They're undeniable. If he would have just stuck with that, I think he would not get so down and depressed like he does. Because I don't know, I wish things would just worked out differently for him as far as his friendships and stuff. And I think, I don't know, he seems sad a lot. I don't want my friends to be sad. I know what it's like. All right, we're going to do this real quick. I'm going to go back to that other mode so I can zoom in some. So, how do I do that? Just do this real quick. Enable on the site. It should stay enabled. I don't know why it does that. Video control plus. Loading controls. Force it visible, please. There it goes. Drag it up here somewhere. There we go over here. VR 360 mode. There we go. And now, let's see what's back there. Let's see if it's really a big thing or a big rotten skunk tree. How far did it go? I might need to pause that back up some more too. It is nighttime. I'm gonna mute it so it don't make a bunch of racket in the camera. Yeah, I think there's. I hope y'all can hear me. I hope it's not too distorted or loud. I think here's somebody, and here's somebody. This is a thing that I always experience. Whatever's going on with them, their their hair, especially the real dark black ones, but even not any color of them, their facial features sometimes are so embedded in their hair, like you can barely make them out, and they only they only express themselves if they turn their heads just right and push the light just right. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, this is right here in my backyard. I fixed to go over there and put in some new plugins at that trailer, but that was my grandma's house, and I have some videos over there. Okay, it's still going, it's still going slow. I was getting scared, so I was like freaking out trying to get back out of the woods after I realized that my uncle Keith was not following me back there like I told him to. I was still by myself, he was never coming, and I was like, okay, this thing I'm staring at might just decide to come over here and grab me. It's very, very, very close to it, trying to see if like I'm squatted down, peering through this brush, trying to get a shot at this black thing back here. And I'm saying, hey, hey. He's not coming, he's not answering me. Oh, and my chest started getting really heavy. So I started freaking out. Probably that's what all this blur is you're seeing. And also, we have little Bigfoots here and at the other location, little ones like from maybe 6 inches tall to a foot tall, possibly. Uh, in every way identical to the big ones, for sure. Um, that's what I had thought. My first assumption was of what I was seeing, but I waited and that, yeah, for sure. I got good video of that too now, so I'm willing to say it for 100%. And these little guys, what they do a lot is they they jump from like branch to branch, and like if there's a Bigfoot there, like hiding behind a tree, and it doesn't have foliage covering its face, they'll jump across and they'll land on the branch and make the branch drop down lower to cover its face. And they look so much like the leaves. They're like they're just weird. They're like so skilled at mimicking the pattern of a wind blown leaf. And rarely you'll catch them when they just get off the branch and keep going on. But they know how to move back and forth with the leaf. I don't. It's crazy when you think about the skill it takes to be able to stand 40 foot behind a leaf and know that you're at the right distance for that leaf to be the same size enough to cover your body. That's crazy that they can calibrate stuff like that, but they 100% can. They 100% can, and there's some little ones on here, so hopefully you can see those if I calm down and slow down. Slow down. I didn't realize I was freaking out for this long. Which actually, I don't guess it's been that long. Just really going slow right now. Let's see. I'm gonna escape from it, I guess, because I can't make out what's going on in the whole thing. There we go. So I'm just over here talking, talking, talking. A polar bear can have black skin and white fur. They blend to the snow. Then why not a Bigfoot blending into the trees? Yeah, they do more than into the trees. They come out of the trees. I don't know if they're tree spirits, I don't know how to describe it because it's so weird, but they definitely go in and out of the trees. They travel through the trees. They can just like navigate through them, and I can track them on heat sensors going in and out too, like my thermal camera. It's not a fluke or just some a weird phenomenon. It is. I've got enough videos of it that I could go out there right now and capture it. I'm confident of it. So yeah, I have enough thermal film to say confidently for sure they are able to traverse the solids just like they can traverse um, the air or whatever. But I don't know if that's all of them. Maybe that's the dead ones, right? If they are what like demons, like people say, the Nephilim or whatever. And so you have live versions, and then they pass away and they have nowhere to go. So then there's spirit versions. And spirits can manifest as a solid with enough energy, but their natural environment is solids, as whereas a solid means natural environment is empty space. So that makes sense to me in my mind. So, and I don't know. Oh, I don't have to use that. I can use this because I'm not in that mode. Okay, let's get 30 years. Speed up a little bit, Liam, please. I don't mind. I got some other videos that's got really good stuff too. I have not been on here so long. You hear that dog over there? Does anybody want a beautiful red pit? Oh my gosh, he's such a dork. He's very aggravating. But he sure is pretty. Like a bit of he's a brat. I can't take care of him anymore. I never wanted him, and he can rescue so many animals, but when they start making your life miserable because they're so greedy, you got too many of them, and your health is failing, and it's just too much. And I don't want to fall over from a stroke because my animals aggravate me to death. And they just so demanding. Watch his fitness start screaming. He's very rotten. Ain't your boy? He can talk, I guess. He thinks he can, uh, like Wilbur on Charlotte's Web. Let's see. So what have we been doing? Lori Ladd. So is your first name Lori and your last name Ladd? That makes sense. Probably her. Okay. Oh, how much more down here? I got a lot lower. I gotta speed this up. Trying to figure out. I don't. Some don't do it so much. I don't even um fully remember how to use the software, and I don't want to throw myself off the stream. It took too much to get it going. Okay, there's one. See. Yeah. All right, yeah, I'm gonna pause it right here. I'm gonna zoom in on him. There he is. See him? That's the one I do. I see. So I'm fixing to do this. I'm gonna make it big again. Um, and I want to fight. You usually don't have to do that all the time. I don't know why. Bud, stop whining, please. You're not my boss, and I wish you would just get up through your thick skull. Stop being mean, selfish. I'll give you some. I'll give you some sausage in a minute and some fruits and eggs instead of. I'll let you have the most. Okay, you're a good boy. You see this? Is it or am I? Nobody sees looking at it. It's I don't know if it's setting. How is it setting? Looks like it's just setting on a little stump possibly or squatted down. and also possibly have someone with its head between its knees. I don't know what's going on there. See what I mean? On how they will not just be by themselves. They cluster, and I think it's just to confuse people's eyes or to intimidate. That's what I was seeing, bro. And my uncle was like, "Ain't nothing back here. I'm gonna go walk towards it." And then he started walking towards it, and went the totally wrong way. He went like, I was like, "Hey, where are you? I can't even see you." And I left him in the woods. I got out of there. He wouldn't answer me. I didn't know what else to do. I was not standing there looking at this thing, and him telling me that that was a stunt. He says, "Okay, when you walk towards that stunt, and I'm gonna walk towards that car because it's getting very close to dark." Uh-huh. It's pretty cool though. I just wish I could get over being scared of the dark. Like I cannot even go to the car at night or anything. It's so aggravating to have to hope somebody comes in the kitchen in the middle of the night if I need to go get my vape out of the car or something or anything. I have to have someone come get me out of the car because I'm terrified in a way that I never was before I knew that these things were real and I just can't help it. It's scary. They could do something if they wanted to. And I just don't want to be in a real life monster movie situation in my I just want normal life back a little bit. My gosh, if they think I'm idiots, all my kids think I'm insane. I bet I'm not insane. Whatever. But I don't care about, I can get a check or whatever for people thinking I'm crazy. But I mean, I do hear voices and stuff there. I'm not crazy like this. Like, I don't see, I'm trying to tell them I don't visually hallucinate. I hear things. Auditory, I have auditory hallucinations, not visual hallucinations hardly ever. Never been that bad stressed out for that to happen. It's just not part of my sentence. But I can't tell my kids nothing or any of my family. They're all experts. All of a sudden, it's schizophrenia. And I'm just a dumb schizophrenic. I don't know what I'm talking about, but whatever. It's just annoying to get treated as a competent person. I think I'm very competent. I don't use medication to treat my symptoms. I have tools that I use that work very well for me, and I think they're very high level, like a mentally functioning person to be able to use them or make them work, you know? And I enjoy it a lot better than your medication. Stigma, stereotypes, and people's self-righteous um, attitudes that they don't even realize that they have. I'm sure I have my own. I can't tell. Okay, see that? You see this? Now, this thing right here, they're holding it like a Bigfoot, holding up its foot, and it might just be a leaf. That those are the type of things that you will also see jump off of what was just supposed to be its branch and get on another branch and start being that one. See this thing? Oh, no, did I mess it up, you guys? What did I do? My screen is wide over here for some reason. All right, stop this video, please, ma'am. I need to do this real quick. Put this on my shirt. Oh, fine. Um, where am I? There's this. Back up, back up, back up. I can't find my vape right now when it's getting dark. I really need to get off here and go get that vape out of the car. Or out the off the mule or wherever it is. I'm gonna be screwed. Okay. Now, you may be able to see right here, this shape, the eyes in front of this tree, this is like a fat little troll, hairy little fat little troll. He barely make out his little fist and his little emotion. And he's just a white fist. They often have like a Caucasian colored hands, faces, and feet, and bellies too. Some of them, I don't know if it's a Bigfoot that I've recorded whenever they're in the swamp that was completely looked like bald, just was like skin. Um, and so red, dude. But he was gray, like grayish bluish, like the color of an oak tree pattern was his skin color. He didn't have any hair. He was smooth. He was red. And I just quit filming that because I well, you got to at some point. You can't just stay there and stare this thing down until something sneaks up behind you and grabs you. But yeah, this is the kind of thing right here. Most people don't notice that. I notice that, and I always have. But I don't discount what I'm seeing. What I think I'm seeing, I have a lot more confidence in the things I'm seeing. I'm not so quick to let people uh, uh, what's it called, insight or mission, or I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Um, I know what I'm saying. I'm confident in my perception. I know the limit, but well, yeah, I don't let other people make me not know what I know. Look at this tree. You see this? I can't wait till y'all can see this guy. Hold on. This must be way behind me. I hope they don't leave. I want to miss this part. I don't know how far ahead I am of them. Oh, you see him? There he is. You see this little guy right here? Look at him. Look at that little face. Look at that little face. Is this like a big old gigantic wolf? Little eyes, little red hair, little red. They're just so perfectly in this environment. Look at him tiny. It's not pareidolia. I think probably the pareidolia is something they made up as a psyop, just like they did the daggone what do they call it? The conspiracy theory, that term, how they made that up to discredit people. So, okay, so let's watch it go again. See what else happens. Hopefully we want to show y'all one more thing and then if you would like. That's what it is. This is it going to be a leaf, or is it going to be a stone or a field? Oh, see this little one? Let me see if I can make it go back where he got off the ground and got on top of that lamp. He's very little. He's not far from me either. Alright, let's try again. See how far is it going? Where did it go? Let's see if it moves. I want to really, I want to get me like a really good, like wide angle camera. I think that would be a good way to capture them moving when they think they're out of the range of your camera or your sight. If you have like my normal um, standard screen size that I set my camera to, I think my camera might be capable of capturing a much wider angle. But, that I know that they're here. Look at my woods. They're so interesting. Look at this monster. Dude, look, it's the Grinch in my backyard. The Grinch is big brother, big beefed up brother, freaking staring at me right now. I really wish my kids would get like run into one at least one. And just shut their mouth. Everybody needs to come face to face with that reality. All the authors, for sure. Anybody else, I hope you never have to know that monsters live in New York. That ogres are real. If this was Shoot Me a Bird, I'm telling y'all, let's document this. Let me write this down. I've been trying to tell people that these things shoot me bird. And that's one thing. That's one of the little check marks for my leaning towards them being demonic because I do not understand the reason they would know what a bird is. Nobody went out there and taught their ancestors about shooting birds at people, and now they all do it. They literally shoot me birds all the time. I can't have an incident without being shot a bird by one of these things. It always looks like to me. Who's here? Patrick Noble. Marie, you need to go there. Yeah. I'm in Georgia, middle Georgia. I've been really wanting to start like doing like Bigfoot campouts and stuff down here because for like maybe just a little extra money, not like extravagant things like I've heard about how much Bigfoot expeditions cost. It's just like I'm on disability, so those checks can get pretty low, and I still have to support a family. Um, and we ain't got the lowest cost of living, We make ends meet. Lord, never have enough money to pay everything, but we always just fed and support bills to pay. What is that? What was that? Go see that. Was that just that? What was that? I don't know what that was. That's I was just sitting on one or something. I don't know. I might have walked right past him. I didn't see him. What is this here? That looks. Woo! I don't know what that is. What do y'all think this is? I don't know. That looks like a foot. Did he just walk past me while I was like turned to walk? Yeah, that's what it is. I guess probably. I wouldn't be doubting it. That looks funny, doesn't it? I don't know. Well, I'm glad he didn't knock me down. Lord, I wouldn't ever believe it. Probably get locked up if I went around saying, "They couldn't knock me down." Oh, goodness. And the better my dog. My dog's gonna knock you down in a heartbeat. Don't let them get a flyer. They think they're gonna take you to you or grandbaby or anything else. They'll take your knees out quick. Maybe mess up the rest of your life. These dogs will. And hang on, y'all need to come here. Y'all think that would be a good idea? Y'all think people would come? Like, there's plenty of kids. Well, no, I'm not gonna say plenty because it's like another here. I know other areas. I just don't go to them, but I feel like I'm confident they're everywhere. And I know when I'm hearing mockery, like the little I don't know if it's doves that make this sound or owls that I hear a lot, but I know when I'm hearing a cryptid and I know what I'm looking at, so I can help others recognize it, and recognize, pay attention to this, and it's going to turn out to be more than just a shadow or a deer or the things that you've always assumed it were. You can actually have these encounters too, just by paying attention and knowing what to pay attention to. That type of thing. Super interesting. Um, there's a lot and a good distraction from all the stuff that's going on in the world that's having so messed up in my head lately. I can't believe that I've actually done through that I'm alive right now, that I've survived it mentally. And I'm not just drooling over here like I had a lobotomy or something. These Epstein files, October 7th, our government, Trump. Like, okay, what else can somebody pile on you at one time? Like, man, I was just thinking that they were lying to us about whatever happened at that ranch back in 1950 or something when the UFO crashed. That was a conspiracy theory. I didn't even, I hadn't even really paid attention to the 9/11 one. Golly, it's all like at one time. It's like, yep, open your eyes, time to wake up, wake up, wake up. And it's almost like there's no more time. There's no more time, so you gotta see now. You gotta choose your side. You gotta know what you need to know, and trust what you know what to trust and know what to trust, not to. That type of thing. At least you have to know who your enemies are. You have to recognize and learn about trusting the wrong information and spreaders of information and authorities. My goodness, authorities. I can do it. I don't know, everything in me wants to think that it's natural and normal and right to assume that you should be able to trust other people's words, and especially people in positions of power and authority. Like, that is the most natural thing to assume. Who would have ever thought that it would be our whole reality would be inverted? And that's what it turns out to be. But I would tell you who would have thought Jesus. Jesus said, Jesus said, watch out. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. Do not. And the Lord said. That way it's like, he meant something else. We always want either our churches or our pastors or our society or a little bit of dabbling into Christianity has taught us that He said something about this one time, and you don't really know what he meant. Anyway, if you pay more attention and really care about wanting to know about it, you understand. But stop whining. You see what it is? He's over there just crying. I don't know if y'all can hear him. Just crying. Like, where's the baby? My granddaughter, oh my goodness. She don't do that but cry sometimes. I worry about her. I told her, Mom, you need to get her some counseling because it's got to be bad on your mental health development to cry all the time. Like, it's got to be bad. It's bad on mine, bro. She's upset all the time. Everything that happens, she makes me cry worthy. She's 18 months old. Lord, and I take her outside and I just put her feet on the ground. I teach her how to ground herself out. I'm so worried about her, about her mental health. I don't want her to be a lunatic the rest of her life. Oh my goodness. I'm so blessed with my family, y'all. Me having my grandbaby and my daughter living here with me. I wouldn't have it any other way. I want my other kids to come. We can live together forever. Like on Dynasty or Dynamite, how those rich families all have different wings in the same mansion. That's what we're gonna do. We get to heaven and we get our mansion. We're gonna spread out in our own mansion, but we're staying together. That's what I hope. Anyway, I hope my kids will stay in the flight of lettuce. I'm sure he will. You know, I went. That's plenty of room. And maybe we'll always. What if we get to live in the same mansion with God and Jesus? Because if that's an option, that's what I'll will do. I will choose that option. But I will be very nervous. Wouldn't you be nervous? Oh, I would not. I would be pretty nervous about it. I'm super excited about it too. But that's the same old applying to me. I want to live with my family and share a mansion because we got it like that. You know what I mean? We live in Crystal Palace. Alright, so that's pretty big. Yeah, I was trying to show this to my uncle. He came out there and looked at this with me, and he swore up down that it wouldn't do it either. This is the one he goes after. The other one, I was out there by myself. When you slow the video down this much, it kind of gets the story because this is literally, I think, like a 4 minute, 9 second long video. It was turned into a 30-minute long video. But I think it's full of, see what you can see. Nobody else that I know, channels, which I don't watch a lot of channels, but the channels I do watch, they would have never slowed this down and given any of this any attention. I thought, I wish my boy over there, Miguel, if he would do this to his own content, and he would not be so hard on himself about not capturing Bigfoots because he does all the time. When he's walking through those trails, I see him. I know what and I know what I see, and I know they're back there. They're not the same as foliage and stuff. I know what I'm looking at, and I'm trying to tell him this. Stop filming yourself for one thing and film the woods. It's cute. We love to hear what you got to say, but you got to prioritize filming the woods if you want to capture a Bigfoot or a cryptid. You know, otherwise you're gonna just get lucky background shots when you're filming yourself over your shoulder. And I don't mean anything rude by it. It's just like reality, dude. How often do you just point into the woods and film? Because I do it all the time. If I'm outside, I've got a camera pointing in the woods. Y'all have no idea how ungodly terabytes of footage I have of these woods. And cryptids, too, that I never get around to showing y'all after I find them. I lose the files. Or I can't remember stuff there, and I forget what I named the files. They're all here still. They're all here. And I'm always shocked sometimes when I find them. I'm like, I did not know I filmed this. Oh my god, I gotta show this to everyone. I don't know what this is. This is looking really weird. Ah! Oh god, I thought this was head. What am I looking at? Let me pause this. Let me take a deep breath. Oh, that's the same thing I started out filming. But it's like, getting hard. Sometimes it's getting hard to see. It's so big. Look how big it is. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna go back out of here so I can show y'all how far I was away from it. Let me click out of here. I'm mashing that button. There. So right now, I was probably a little zoomed in, but here I am on these trees. I think I don't measure distance good, but probably 40 or 50 feet from that thing I was looking at. It was very close. I felt like it could have been to me in like a step or two, as big as it was. And my uncle, I kept saying, "Keep." He's like, "Come on." He's walked around here trying to walk towards it. And I'm like, "Dude, why are you not going towards it?" And then I just lost sight of him and I left. Because I think he was scared to go over there and he was pretending like he didn't know what I was talking about. And went the other way, honestly. That's what I would have did. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't even walk towards it at all. I told him to throw something at him first. He don't ever listen to me. I was always paying attention to his own dumb ideas. Alright, let's look. Let me make it big again. You want to be back at big again? I wonder where Soundwave goes. In here? Let me just look at the chat. I think everybody did all along. Oh, go back. Go back. Go back. I'll show you what else I can do with this. If y'all want to get this on your fingers, some cinnamon. Normal. Black Criner, I'm going to give you away. Black and white. Invert. I like invert picture. Right. Invert. I know, invert. That's not helping on this case, but there has been a case one time. I put it on invert and I was able to make out the features only in the inverted part. But let's see. Contrast turn on. And saturation turn up. Turn contrast down a little bit. Turn brightness down a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to try to speed it up on this one. I hope I can find that other one easily that I wanted to show y'all. I'm not. I guess that I called it back in September. Well, I think it says. Yeah, this video's halfway over. All right, y'all help me remember that. Let's get to the other footage. Where's my files folder? All right, so this is out my window at my house. I don't want to talk about that right now. This makes me mad. I cannot stand these trespassing Bigfoots in my yard. It really makes me mad. Like really mad, really mad. I feel so disrespected and like, it's not right. Um, All right, for them to be one of my grandbabies out when you're. That's the main thing to worry about. They're going to snatch her up or something whenever she runs off, and my little slow poking knees can't catch up with her fast enough. Or something distracts me. I don't like feeling like that. Like I don't know why they're just watching her, obviously, because she goes walking with the dogs every day, and it makes me mad. So we should take a deep breath. Let's see what is on this video. Oh, heck, this ain't the right thing. I forgot how to watch those. Fine. Watch it not working yesterday. Recent. Sorry, you guys gotta bear with me. Download. Where did I save these at yesterday? Beakerology, that's when we have a good bet to start right here. Yeah, not there, not there. Downloads. Nope. I don't want to waste time showing y'all the wrong footage. But it's not. Not one of these great ones I saw yesterday. Why ain't it going? Y'all see what's happening here? No, I don't think y'all can see that actually. So let's keep on scrolling down. Master storage. I can't never keep up with that corresponding here. Let's see. Yeah, that's not going. This is that. This is that. This is that. That's some prison stuff I'm working on. Need to review. Let's look at that. What's on here? This is it, right? We can watch this all right. This is what I like. Like, film outside, just talk this footage. I don't go into it. I just film from my yard because I know they're going to be out there starting on people when they're going to learn themselves. And I feel like my car with them. I'm on dirt road. Because I know those same ones that's trying to be in my yard are going to chase me like a dog down the road every time. They're going to recognize my car's sound when I come back through, and they're going to chase me again. I caught the very first one time I caught. I was driving in my mama's truck. It has a really loud muffler system on it. What the hell? Oh shoot, I see what's happening. I gotta switch this up a little bit. Hold on, let me see. Share. I'm sharing the wrong screen with y'all now. I understand. Is it this one? I'll change it now. Is anything changing here? Let's see, how much do the whole window, maybe? Let's see this window, see if that works. Alright, share. But, hopefully, if we get over here and close this thing, close the one we was looking at, and y'all should be seeing another one. If you hadn't left or going with your life, I'll do this. This is what I have to look at. This is how I always make stuff, and it makes no sense. It's so good. They're always in pursuit of you. They're always, they're always the one encouraging you for whatever you do. I don't like you to feel, but too bad. Quit looking at me. Quit following me. 'Cause I have a right to know what's, be aware of my environment. That's what I feel like. I have a duty to be aware of my environment, especially when I am responsible for other people and their safety. So, and if you don't want to be filmed, then get out of my environment. But do not even have attitude like, how dare I film you, or like bothering me, like really bad. And that's not my whole. I used to walk through these woods everywhere I went, shortcuts, walking through the woods, lay down on the ground and sleep. Even well, when I was homeless, I'd sleep on the ground in the woods. But that world. Hmm. I look with that today. I caught a cotton for the rest of the time that don't take the woods. Honest to God, I would. Honest to God, I would. That's how serious I am about this. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Don't. Anyway, Patrick, there was this guy named Patrick, and that was on my live stream one time, and where I reviewed a Bigfoot on my neighbor's roof, and I think I was supposed to have a conversation with that person, but I never did have that conversation. I don't know if it's because I didn't reach out or they didn't reach out, but I wonder if Dog Toy and Big Phone, I wonder if Dog Toy or Big Phone can keep Dogman busy. Um, I imagine, I imagine. Uh, there's so much like, um, I know their chase and things like they do. They're very much like in their market territory stuff. It's very much like what dogs. They're so it's just like the normal stuff you expect from another animal, as far as chasing cars, uh, just obsessed and being obsessed with it. Um, I think they like they claim. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. I just, you could do that. You know, which screen I'm supposed to be using my mouse to click on. Sometimes I miss a spot. Like I start trying to stuff over on there. And I don't realize I'm just over it. I don't even know what I was saying. I'm just talking. Steady talking. Steady talking. That's what I'm yeah, I can't wait to find the word that I really want to show you guys. Uh, also another one that a lot of stuff that could make good. I'm not sure yes, I would have got it. Just turn the camera off. Aware of what was being captured. There's always a baby or somebody distracting me. You know, if it was just me, I could pay attention to anything I wanted to, but I rarely get to pay attention to what I get want to pay attention to because there's so many other people demanding my attention. My own right to pay attention to freedom. So we have bosses, little bosses. I really love this little. This little super far. Like I've never seen a zoo or a it's hot. It is the almost biggest extension. It covers everything together. Any extension you can imagine is all wrapped up in this extension. If you take a full grab it, you can think with it. So it just be this other stuff. I think it is good class. I'm like, well, that's a little much. I don't know why they didn't make a bunch of littler extensions to make the one huge one around. Everybody's going to do it for it. Ability to cope with stuff. And, I think it's because they had bought into this. I think that the media has been trying to portray this child as a trafficking ring of like 17-year-old prostitutes. When they have those rare videos of the victims and they're all adult women, they were talking about their prostitution experience or whatever it was. They were a teenager, like a hot teenager, or doing legal stuff. That is so that makes me mad at those. Whether or not they were really trafficked, I don't doubt that they were at all. But I also don't doubt that they are fully aware of what they're doing and what they're doing is making. That's what this is about. And that's the worst thing about it. We're going to carry to leave this country upside down without it. And that's not what it's about. It was about the 300,000 children, American children, between the age of 5 and 10 years old. They go missing in this country every year and are never found. I feel so bad for those kids' parents who hold out hope that maybe their child was kidnapped by someone that just really wanted a child. Something like that. That's what you do. They just found out the worst thing they ever could imagine. It's true with white dogs. It's true. Some of them have found their kids in this the videos. It's so expensive, bro. It's really, and I should not be able to. My mama says, "Oh my God, you need to manage it. You can't just focus on that. You can't be the only thing you think about." Like it's think about it, but I feel guilty about it. It should be. It should be. I should focus on it. If this child had to live through, if all these kids had to live through this and experience this all by themselves, nobody came for them, nobody helped, and they still going through it. They still are going through it. Nobody's been held accountable for it. We have watched our government protect them, redact their names. They know who they are. We know who they are. Some of them, they're like, we still have to hold them as authorities. And they're like, bullshit, bro. I can't. I'm not doing it. I'm not laying down with this. I'm not. I would rather everything go than make my fingers for a fucking law. And I think a lot of the country's trying to wake up. It's just been so hard to cope with and just digest and come to a place where we understand it and know what we're going to have to face and what it's going to cost us. But what else? If you can cost your life or it cost your soul. That's what it is. And it's still happening. And we're still funding. We're funding it. We're paying for it. What I see in the videos. And I have to watch them. I have to listen to them and I have to read them. That's at least I think I can do. There's children with experience and I can sit here and I can see them, you know? I can see them and I can not feel like that's how I feel everybody should feel about it. Are fucking cowards. They're selfish cowards. And I'm sorry, that's not what it's supposed to be about, but That's what it's about. Everything is flunked. What's happening to these kids, if you ask me. And it always will. It always will be. I can never pretend that it matters more than speaking out about it and waking up about it and saying, hey, if you think this is wars of year-old hippos and some rich people, no, no, no. Stop and pay attention for a minute. This is serious. It's going to be your child. Very well to be your child, not making it all horrible. And it's a shame that people have to be touched by something before they can feel. It's weird. I don't understand that inability to care about a thing until it touches. People are so lacking. It's weird. It's by design. The world makes it that way. It makes it so hard to get by and to feel yourself and your family that you can't even pay attention to anything else. Golly, you think your brain will short circuit and you will be so overwhelmed. And it don't have to be that way. The Bible tells us to come out from amongst separate yourselves, or you will be you will reap what they're going to say. You're going to be counted in with them, or you're going to separate yourself. I'm ready to separate myself. I'm ready to go make me a little ape now where we get all this technology. I don't need AI. Everybody because it never listens. It can't comprehend shit you say. It follows simple instructions. People think AIs will take over the world. They do have to work with AI. I promise you that. That's not happening. That is a bunch of BS that people that make it, these rich people trying to sell us so we can like all worship it or something or hold it up higher than it really is. Dumb stuff. It's not intelligent at all. Try to get it to make an image for you. See what happens. Whether you get the result you want or you give up first. I'll kiss your ass. You could get a. I don't understand it. Like we have to take literally we take classes on how to instruct AI and good luck with it. Is it? Your microphone's messed up.